Welcome to Build the Weight Loss Practice of Your Dreams. If you have questions about how to build your weight loss business, Carol Clark has answers. Join her each week as she and her expert guests share actionable steps to better outcomes for your clients and more revenue and referrals for you. It's time to experience your ultimate success and enjoy what you do each and every day.
Hello, it's Carol Clark, your bariatric business coach, and today I'm going to talk to you about a topic that I hear about occasionally, and that's about what to do when your income for your bariatric practice is inconsistent, meaning that you have times obviously where revenues are up or down, but it's not really a consistent revenue generating stream that you can count on and rely on to cover all your overhead expenses, payroll, etc. every single month. And that creates a lot of stress, which is not very pleasant. So the first thing I want to tell you to do is don't panic. Try not to panic because none of us make good decisions when we're in a state of panic. So you're going to have to take a deep breath and you're going to have to just try to stay calm. And you're going to have to do sort of a little bit of a brain dump in terms of looking at some historical numbers, where you are now, and then taking time to really think through what may have changed that's causing some of those inconsistencies. And you're going to have to think that through a little bit. And oftentimes it's helpful to talk to someone from the outside, whether it's your accountant, whether it's a business coach, whether it's your business partner, or some other leader that you respect that can help you take a critical look at your business and see what may be causing some of those inconsistencies. You also want to take some time to cut out the fluff. Sometimes we get so used to certain habits. I don't know how many physicians I've talked to, and back in the day it used to be very common that the physician had to eat lunch, and so they'd go out and order lunch, and lunch was brought in for everybody every single day, and that was covered. It's not really necessary anymore, especially in a weight loss practice. You want to make sure that your people are having lunch, but you want to make sure that people are making their own healthy choices. So there's no need for you to do some of those sorts of things, but cutting out the fluff and things that are automatic subscriptions that you may subscribe to that might be able to be cut out, and taking a look at all that. So you want to cut out sort of the fluff of your practice. You also want to critically evaluate your billing and collections. If yours is a cash pay practice, then that's great. But are the staff really collecting everything up front? Is everything getting paid for before the services are provided? Do people have outstanding accounts with balances? So you need to take a look at those monthly metrics. And I'm a big numbers girl, so I have systems in place, no matter where it is that I've managed or where I consult with, to make sure that they can take a look at all of their metrics and make sure that the money systems are in place. You also want to take a look at billing and collections if you're billing with insurances. It's so easy for claims to get just hung up out there for simple reasons. A lack of a piece of documentation, an authorization wasn't attached, an incorrect code, an incorrect, whether it's a CPT or ICD-10 code. So taking a look at all of those and making sure that your billing and collections are manageable and aren't getting out of hand. I don't know how many practices I've got into and they're really out of hand, and new systems have to be put into place to go after those claims before the time frame passes that you can actually submit them. And I don't know how many times, and I've had this happen to me as well, where you're utilizing an outside company and all of a sudden you're not their main priority. They have a bigger account and your accounts really aren't getting in there in a timely fashion, or they're not being billed for at all. So there's certain things you can always delegate. Finances are not one of them. You have got to have a handle on it. And you've got to make sure that you've got your metrics in place and that you're reviewing those each and every month. So take a look at that, because you may just have claims out there that haven't even been billed for or aren't being gone after for simple reasons for why they were denied. So that can be some easy sort of low-hanging fruit, but can be big dollar amounts to bring into your practice to help provide an additional revenue. You also want to focus on what it is that you do best. Have you all of a sudden been spread too thin and you're really not focusing on your main service that you provide and something that makes you unique and different from all of your competition? Because let's face it, competition is pretty stiff out there nowadays. So you want to make sure that you have your own unique niche and that you're doing some of the inexpensive marketing that can be done out there as well. So focusing on what you do best. And even though I just said that, you can also look at some additional revenue generating streams that complement the services that you provide. That can be something that's really easy to do. I work a lot with weight loss bariatricians and bariatric surgeons. So for them, if they're not maximizing their retail revenue, that's an easy fix. If they're not focusing on some cash pay clientele, that's another pretty significant way to streamline your revenue. And also just some patient referrals and some additional programs they can have out there that can help generate some additional money. And I've got a number of turnkey ones that are very helpful with that. But at any rate, looking at some complementary services, and I'm not encouraging you to go out and do like the bright shiny object syndrome and just find something that looks really cool and then go, oh, I wonder if that would work well in my office. They said I could make, an additional $150,000 a year by implementing this service. Make sure it's complementary to your core services that you provide, and then implement what makes sense for you. So these are some of the simple, I say simple, I know it's not totally simple, but things that you need to stay calm and evaluate right away to see if they're causing some of the inconsistencies in your practice. And I hope that you find this helpful. I hope you're not in that situation where you're having inconsistencies, but if you are, don't despair. There's ways to help look at that and to help fix your revenue. And one of the most important things is not to panic and stay calm so that you can actually think straight and work through that. Make sure you surround yourself with people that are helpful. Take a look at what it is that you're offering. Cut out any fluff. Are there some supporting services that you can add? What makes sense for your practice? And then move forward from there. So I hope that's helpful. If you would like any assistance, or if I can help in any way, Carol, Karol, at weightlosspracticebuilder.com, or my website, weightlosspracticebuilder.com, has lots of free resources, blogs, etc. that can be of assistance. So I look forward to hearing from you, and in the meantime, take care.
That's all for this episode of Build the Weight Loss Practice of Your Dreams. Be sure to hit the subscribe button and visit weightlosspracticebuilder.com to stay up to date on more ways to build a successful practice that you love with results, revenue, and referrals. We look forward to having you join us next time.